Today's objective, bluegill, big bluegill. Everything is perfect. It's that time of year again. The bluegill are moving up. They're starting to spawn. There are some hefty males up, and we're gonna have a great day. We're gonna try to round up a big batch of bluegill, and we're gonna get on it. You know, when the spawn is really going like this, especially the first stages of it, you can really be picky and take some nice gills. You know, let the smaller ones go and be selective in what you keep. It'll keep the fishery a lot better for a lot longer. So just sit back, relax, and you don't have to pound out your limit in 15 minutes. Just have a blast with them and be selective. Look at these gills, are sick. Just big, big gills. Look at that. Yeah, I gotta retie here real quick and put a new head on. Them gills can be pretty rough and peel the paint off all your heads and on your line too, with the cattails and reeds and things like that. You want to cut off the last 6 inches of your line or so and retie. But I want to take a second here and show you guys what I'm using. It's just a little Mr. Twister nymph. That's all I've got going right there. That's all it is. I mean, any little plastic will work. You don't need live bait. Just go buy for $5 you can buy a whole bag of little plastics and they'll last you all weekend. There's 2 reasons why I like these twister tail nymphs like this. Okay, one of them is because the body has got a lot of plastic on it. And what that does is durability. It'll last a lot longer than really thin tube-like baits. They tear up really quick, you know, and these fish get aggressive and you'll go through them like crazy. These last a long time. And the other reason is I like all this bulk kind of to the body of the bait is because it makes it fall slower. 90% of your hits are going to come when that bait's just slowly sinking down towards the bottom of their nest. And you drop these over them beds, and before that thing hits the bottom, that's when they'll pick it up and grab it. So you want something that falls really slow, and these plastics that have a lot of body to them, they'll do that. They'll fall really slow, and that's when them fish will suck them up and go. So we're gonna light out and hit another spot and get some more big gills. You know, when you're up here in these shallows looking for gills, I've said it before, you gotta have a pair of polarized glasses. You have to. It's an absolute must for this kind of fishing. I mean, we're basically sight fishing. You get up in these shallows and you just tool around real quietly and slowly with a trolling motor, and you'll find little pods of beds and just really fish them. And like I said earlier, you know, be selective, and you can just go along all day and just find these little pods of beds. They're just starting now, so I mean, I'm not finding great big giant mats of beds, but we're finding little groups tucked here and there, and it's a lot of fun. Just go real slow with your glasses, and look, nice calm sunny day, you'll find a lot of nice big gills on beds. Really nice, healthy looking fish. They're going to be really awesome fish in a couple of years. Woo. Man, you get some of these big bulls on, man, and they really pull. Got this really long rod. I'm using a 7-footer. It really helps for dropping it in these pockets, you know, and you can flip specific, just that specific bed, and you can just pick what fish you want to get throughout the time. Buttes. Filling up the box. Alright, let me tell you guys what this spawn is all about. Why are these fish up here? What are they doing? So, early summer, late spring, the bluegills start to move up in the shallows as the water warms. You start hitting that low to mid 70s mark, that's when them fish will be up in 2, 3, 4 foot of water making their beds. And what's happening is the males will move in, they'll make the beds, the females will move in, and then the males, that's why the males are all really bright colors, is to attract the females. And they try to get the females to lay the eggs in their nest that they made. And then once the females have moved in and laid their eggs, they move back out. That's a pretty short window there. And then the males stay and keep guarding the eggs, which is cool that it's the males that stay and the females go out, and that's why you get a lot of these beautiful colored fish, and you can really get some nice fish. And that's pretty much what happens with the spawn. And then once the water temps continue to warm up, the spawn fizzles out and then you're post-spawn, and a lot of the fish will move back out into the mid-range depths. So take advantage of this time, man, because it is awesome. We're going to get back at it. How's that for a big gill? Oh man, we are having a blast. And I'll tell you a little something else too. When you're using these baits, these little plastics, another really good thing about using these bright colors for these big gills is it acts as a strike indicator too. Not only is it highly visible to the fish, it's also highly visible to you. So a lot of the times what will happen is these fish will just suck it in real lightly and you don't even feel anything. And when it's sinking down in their bed, and as soon as that color disappears, man, set the hook. It works really great. You don't need a cork, because what happens a lot of the times with a cork is it's shallow water, and with these gills what they'll do is it makes so much surface disturbance, they'll go after your cork instead of your bait. So what I like to do when the water is clear and it's early like this, use a bright colored jig and no cork. You'll catch a lot more big gills. I love it. Well, that's a limit. Big gills on the spawn, or wait all year for this. Get out there, get you some big gills. There's a storm coming. We got to get out of here. We're having a fish fry. We're out. You know, when these gills are up spawning, I can't resist a temptation sometimes to throw for the occasional largemouth or two, because they're up spawning too. I just can't help it. Bonus bass. Big old drum. Ain't quite a bass. That's ridiculous. A little rag on my camera. Just a baby. We gotta hurry up and try to pound out a nice one before we... That storm is coming. It's lightning. It's starting to rain. She's a pig. When we're bluegill fishing, we call that a bonus bass. What a beast. It's thundering. The storm's coming. What a great way to end the day. Yes! It is thundering. It's lightning. We gotta get out of here. What an awesome, awesome way to end the day. I know I've said it before, but I can't stop casting. Minnesota Outdoor Journal, I'm Joshua John Wells, www.mnoutdoorjournal.com. All right, that was stupid. Oh, that's good. That's good for everybody. Just pick big